Thank you, look at done, well done. It's brilliant to be here. You enjoy yourselves? Yes. Are we drinking?
Yes.
Lovely jubbly. My name is Big D Archer, capital D, as you can tell. And it was basically Big D was a nickname given to me by my mum and all my ex-lovers. Hi. What does the D stand for? I hear you say. Disappointment. Disappointment. If only I had a bigger dick, then my mum would be proud of me. That's what I say. I love my mum, I love my mum. She comes from the land down under. Not Australia, hell. I got all my best qualities from my mum. I'm not talking about the facial hair. Or the diabetes. I'm talking about these bad boys here. 36 double D's of pleasure, my Grant and Phils. Sorry for the eye contact then. Right, enjoying yourself. My mum the other week, she bought me a bra, which I was quite impressed because it's the only support she's ever given me. Thank you. I'm wearing this bra. I'm not wearing it now, obviously, honestly. But I was wearing this bra and I'm thinking, Mum, all I need is some sexy lingerie to pull this look off. You know what she said? She said, don't worry, son, I'm sure your dad will lend you a pair of his. I always wondered what my dad wore with such confidence. Eh? Terrible. I'm happily married, yes. Woo. She's dead. No, I'm not. I'm only joking. I'm a big believer, if you truly love something, you should hold on to it. That's why she's locked in the basement. At least until the parents pay the ransom. Now, I'm a big believer in first impressions. And my wife's first impression of me was when I fell out the window and landed on her. Wait for it. You could say I was her first big crush. Yes, thank you. But when she was out of that wheelchair, we started dating. And my wife fell for that classic rumour that men with big feet have big dicks. God, the look of disappointment in her face. Oh, it's terrible. But you work with what God gave you, don't you? You know? So what do? You strap on a condom round those feet, don't you? It brings whole new meaning doing the hokey cokey, doesn't it? You put your left foot in, left foot out, in, out. Oh, I'm done. Oh, that's right. My wife asked me the other week, she goes, if I sit on your face, will you sit on my face? It's like, no, I'm not doing that. Because if you sit on my face, it'll be breathtaking. But if I sit on yours, it'll be life-taking. My wife is a policewoman, police officer, and she takes her job way too seriously. And no more or less, when we first had sex for the first time, I was hanging down around the vagina area, trying to figure out where things were. And she tried to do me for loitering. Loitering like I'm some weirdo hanging around on a street corner, or cul-de-sac in this case, you know. The worst thing was when the condom broke, and she tried to do me for breaking and entering. That was wide open down there. The front door was wide open. The back door, on the other hand, was locked tight. I'll tell you what. Having sex with my wife, this is a good one. Having sex with my wife is like listening to an old record player. If I don't like the sound she's making, I can always flip her over and listen to the other side. Oh, shit! Alright, I'm gonna try my first political joke, here we go. Sex with my wife is like becoming PM. A lot of over-promising to get in. Once you're in, you make a lot of noise, let a lot of people down, and then when you're out, you realise you fucked up. Thank you! I can't believe that one worked, cheers. My wife's on a diet at the moment, which means I'm on a diet, and where before, when you were a kid, you were hiding porn from your mum, you're now having to hide Jaffa cakes from your wife. It's terrible. But I've been on this diet for about 3 weeks, and the worst thing was I started getting get well soon cards. Wait for it. Of KFC. Oh, it's a shame. But I've had to be more creative about getting treats into the shopping basket, okay? So I came up with a great idea. I'm going to put Kit Kats in her tampon box, right? It's a great idea, try it. Just remember to take it out before her first period. Oh, I forgot. She was screaming at me. I said, whoa, whoa, take a break. So take a break. It's not the first time you've had two fingers inside you. It could have been worse, it could have been a whisper bar, and that would have been careless, okay? She goes, have you hid any more chocolate? I said, yes, okay, I put some chocolate in the loo roll. She says, that's clever. I said, no, Smarties. It's terrible. Oh dear, where was I? So I want to tell you a story tonight. My wife, the other week, was late for work, and she was trying to find her truncheon ready for work. There was a bit of a ceremony going on, and I was trying to help her find it. I was upstairs, she was downstairs, I was going through all the cupboards. And then I looked under the bed, and there was this thing underneath the bed, this huge black thing smiling at me. It wasn't Chris Akabusi. What the hell is that? I was like, so I pulled it out and put it onto the bed, and what can only be described as Mr. T's arm of a dildo. It was incredible. This thing had been through some rough times though. It looked like it had been through 2 tours of Iraq and come back with PTSD. Wait for it. At one point I pressed the button, it started having a breakdown and shaking. Oh, I couldn't believe it. It's incredible. But my wife shouts up the stairs, have you found my truncheon yet? I found something. And all I could think was, is this what she's using now on the force? You know, a corpse running around with dildos. I got this image of the long arm of the law, just got a whole lot longer. It brings new meaning to the words copper on the beat, doesn't it? I just thought all these coppers running around with pump actions. You know, it's terrible. So I thought, you know, I'm going to carry this downstairs. So I chucked it on my shoulder and walked down like Arnie from Commando. Went downstairs and I slapped it on the kitchen table. It didn't break, it didn't buckle, it was fine. And the wife was looking at me and goes, her face went from white to beetroot like that. And her mouth dropped open so wide, I could have reinserted this bad boy. It was so bad. I goes, can you explain this? She goes, well, sometimes I've got an itch that needs a scratch. An itch that needs scratching. You could scratch yourself on the moon with this bad boy. I couldn't believe it. I said, where have I let you down? About 6 inches ago. You bitch! We had an argument. I knew it was a bad argument because all the pets left the building, which is impressive because I have goldfish. So, we got to the point and I said, listen, it's me, all this, yes, all the dildo. You know what she said? She picked the dildo, didn't she? I said, what can that do that I can't, apart from banging nails? She's like, get out! She's like, get out of the house! Now, she went to slap me, but I'm a man, and I held my ground. I'm not going to get slapped by the likes of you. This is my house, I pay for it. I'm a man, I'm going to stand my ground. Then she picked up the dildo, and I ran like a scared child into the night. If this thing hits me, I'm going to get concussion! Jesus! So I left the house. So I left the house. And once she'd gone to work, I snuck back in. I thought, I'm going to get the last laugh here, right? I'm going to take everything. I'm going to take the tables, the chairs, the beds, the cups, anything that wasn't nailed down was coming with me. I'm going to leave her with an empty house and a dildo she has somewhere to sit, right? So she phones me up. She goes, what am I supposed to do with an empty house and a dildo? I said I would do what anyone else would do in that situation. Claim squatters' rights. So, yeah, I got kicked out of the house. So I phoned my mum. I'll finish on this. I phoned my mum to tell her everything that happened. And I thought my mum would be understanding, but you know what she did? She turned around and said, what a disappointment. If only you had a bigger dick. Thank you very much. I tell you, this has been wonderful tonight. I've been Big D Archer. Follow me on Facebook. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you.
Big D Archer, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that round of applause.